Hi there, and welcome to the Sage Goddess Soul Shift private Facebook group. And that is very much what this space is. This is a private and sacred space where you can come and feel safe sharing and processing your experiences. You know, there's two different types of processors in this world. There are people who process their emotions, their feelings, their experiences internally. Those are called internal processors. And then there are people who process their emotions, their experiences, their feelings, their development externally. They're external processors. You're going to find both in this group. And so some people are going to post all the time. They're external processors. Some people are going to post less frequently, but still offer very valuable wisdom and insights. A lot of times internal processors like to help external processors. So you'll see a lot of people sometimes commenting on other people's posts, but not sharing as much of their own. And what I want to tell you is there's no right way to work with a community like this. In fact, we have quite a few members in Soul Shift who don't join Facebook. They prefer not to have that interaction. And that's okay too. This is your space. There are a couple of rules. I want to ask you to take a few minutes and please read through the guidelines and rules that my team and I have posted for you here. They're very important. We do expect you to abide by them. And one of the most important is really taking the secrecy, the privacy of this group very seriously. There are people here who are going to share things with you and with me and with us that they would never want to share outside with their friends or family. And that's part of the experience of being here, is letting them know that this is a safe container. I also want to let you know that all is welcome here. And so I don't like to censor you or censor each other. I do think it's important to take responsibility for the energy that you bring and to think about what you share, not only from your perspective as the person sharing it, but also how it will land with others in the group. If you have something that you're posting that you think might trigger a reaction in someone, we call that the need for a cushion. And so it's okay at the beginning of your post to say cushion or cushion alert, which lets the reader know, you know what, if they're in a vulnerable place or they feel like they're overwhelmed, they don't necessarily need to read your post at this time. And that helps each person sort of take their learning and take their experience into their own hands, and still allows you to share from a place of authenticity and vulnerability and intimacy. And we love that and we appreciate that too. I thought it would be fun for us to kick off our experiences here in the Soul Shift Facebook group. And I want to say one more time how glad I am that you're here. I don't think that there's anything close in this universe to an accident. I think if you're here, it's because the time is right, the content's right, you're ready. This experience is going to reveal something to you that's important for you at this time. So thank you for listening, for trusting your intuition, and for placing your trust and your faith in me. I certainly try very hard as the keeper of this space and the holder of this container to honor the integrity of your experience and make sure that I give you as much as I can this year to support you on your path. I feel really blessed to do that, truly, as your sister. And I really do think of myself as a sister to the people in this group. I am a teacher first, and I keep the container, and I am your priestess. I will lead you through ceremony. I'll be teaching you about ceremony and history and all of the other things. But I'm also your sister. I'm also somebody who is on my own path. I have my own challenges. I'm a work in progress too. I don't have everything figured out. And so I want to thank you in advance too for being a good sister or brother to me, because that is my intention, is to show up here as a peer and somebody who can lovingly witness you and hold space for you with a lot of compassion and care. And so that's how we tend to think of each other in this particular space. I've been teaching online classes for 8.5 years, by the way, and this group, which has morphed and shifted over time, is full of the most powerful people who are kind and generous and really do withhold judgment. And that's one thing I would tell you as well, is try to withhold judgment here. What I have learned, I will put it in my own terms. I'm 46. I've been doing this for a minute. Every time I feel like I'm in a place to judge someone or I want to judge someone, I really try to check that. Because when I have done that, the universe has really reminded me that I have my own work to do. None of us is perfect. So I will tell you, no matter what happens to you, no matter what you might say or do or anything in this group, I will not judge you. And I would ask that you withhold judgment too from others, because a lot of times, most of the time, they're probably judging themselves already. So if we pile onto that, it doesn't really help anybody through their process. And remember, some people are internal processors, some are external processors, and both are perfect. It's just a difference and a preference for how people engage. So to kick off this party right, I thought it would be fun for me to share a couple things about me that maybe you don't know. And then have you share a couple of things about yourself that maybe others don't know about you. So I thought that might be a fun place for us to begin. One thing I thought that you might like to know about me that maybe you don't know about me is that fire has been really important through my whole life. I'm a double fire sign. A lot of you do know that. But I grew up in Corona, California, before I moved to Palos Verdes, where my family lives now and where I spent most of my life. And there's lots of wildfires. We got evacuated for wildfire. When I lived in San Diego, we were evacuated again. When my kids were very tiny, were babies, we got evacuated because of a wildfire. And then my family's restaurant burned down when I was 18. Which was the result of an accidental fire. So fire has been a really powerful catalyst in my life. It's created change. It's led my family to move to different places, for my dad to change his work and his profession, and impacted my career choices. And so one thing you might not know about me is how important fire has been as a generative, creative force in my life. I'm trying to think of other things you might not know about me. I do have an older brother. That might be something of a surprise. I've talked about him a little bit, but I haven't talked about him a lot. We're very, very close. He's 11 years older than I am, and he is a vegan, a very committed vegan. He's also a very talented vegan chef. I get to enjoy his cooking every now and then, and he's very close. I also credit him with my music taste. And with the fact that I know almost every word to every Beatles song. I definitely think my brother is responsible for that. What's one more thing I can tell you that you may not know about me? I'm pretty sure I was supposed to have a third child. But I just didn't think that we could swing it. That's kind of a candid third thing you might not know about me. So I sometimes feel that little spirit around me, and it's good, like I've made contact and dialogue. But I definitely sometimes feel like that little spirit still wishes it could have come through. And maybe there'll be another time and another space for me to bring that spirit through. I've also asked it to come through a good friend or through a family member so that I can get to know it and be a presence in its life, even though maybe I'm not going to be its mother this time around. So those are 3 things that you might not know about me. Cue siren. What you might not know if you're new is that Sage Goddess in our current location is right next to a fire station. So we hear sirens all day, every day. But we are getting ready to move in April or May this year to a new location, just about 10 minutes from here. But it's not next to a fire station. So if you've been enjoying those fire sirens and all the noise for the last 5.5 years, all of that will be coming to an end. And I think I will miss it. And maybe they'll miss us too. Holding space for them every time they leave. So once again, let me welcome you into this beautiful experience. I hope that you enjoy every single moment of your time here. And like I said, my intention is really to be here as a source of support and encouragement. I won't always have advice to give you, because I think sometimes people actually need to be witnessed and then given space to move through their process. But you will always be witnessed, you will always be held, you will always be loved, you will always be appreciated. And I also want you to learn to ask for what you need. If you need to be seen, if you need a response to a question, ask for it. You can ask gently. You don't have to be, too forceful with your request, but you also can say, you know what, today I really need this. If someone could just come in and respond, or, I just need to be seen. And recognize too that every time you give to this group, it's really good to receive from this group, and vice versa. Every time, if you post and ask for love and support and you get given all that love and loved on, it's kind of nice sometimes to sit back and then think about how you can give back to the group. And a lot of our members do that by posting, energetic offerings. Like today I'm offering love. If you need love, just comment here, or I'm going to pull a card if you'd like me to pull a card for you. Those are some of the ways that we give back to the well. You can even give back to the well just by posting once in a while and saying, no need to comment, I'm just holding space for everyone who's here, just to be. So thinking about ways to create sacred exchange is a really powerful way of getting as much as you can out of this group, but also knowing that you are returning some of that energy back too, because you're going to get a lot of support, encouragement, and witnessing in the 12 months ahead. And that's what we're here for. So welcome to Soul Shift. Enjoy your time and your experience here. Know how personally grateful for you I am. And please do comment with 3 things that we may not know about you. We're looking forward to getting to know you better soon. We'll see you soon.